guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Marissa Explains It All, the channel where we talk about beauty, skincare, crafting, and party planning. So if that sounds fun to you, then go ahead and hit subscribe and give it a thumbs up. So today is the last day of 2019, and I figured I would come on here and fulfill a requested video. So this goes out to Susan, who's requested a favorites video from 2019. I figured I would show you guys some of the things that I loved this year about both the skincare and the makeup side. So I'll show you some products that I had success with on both sides. So these are some things that haven't actually come out this year, but things that I just loved and discovered this year. Some things did come out this year and some were already out. So let's get into it. So the first product I fell in love with this year was the Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Universal Daily Peel, which looks like this. This is just a little bit of a 5-pack, and these are awesome. These will make your skin feel so smooth and soft. It just is supposed to help smooth fine lines and wrinkles and minimize the look, pores. It's amazing. It comes in a couple different treatment packs. This is a 5-pack, and they come in I think larger quantities as well. And it's a little bit pricey, but I love these. I think they're completely worth it. And actually, if you want to get more out of the pack, I usually cut them in half. So I found that like one pack will actually get 2 uses out of it. You can kind of do that. It comes in like this little dual pack in each treatment. So these actually use fruit acids to kind of gently exfoliate your skin. And so what I do is I will take the wipe, the first wipe, like step 1, and I will just wipe it all over my face. You wait 2 minutes, and then you use the second wipe to kind of neutralize some of the fruit acids. And then when you're done, you just go about your business moisturizing as normal. Highly recommend. First time users who even have sensitive skin, this is like cleared for use maybe every other day even, which is fairly often for a chemical exfoliant. So as often as you would exfoliate your skin, I would do this. Definitely grab a sample of Dr. Dennis Gross's Alpha Beta Peels. Next up is a beauty product, and I discovered this one through a makeup artist friend of mine, so shout out to Kirsten. And it is the Makeup Forever Full Cover Concealer. And so it looks like that, and of course the brand name has like worn off now, but I have used it a lot, and this stuff is awesome for trying to conceal dark spots or acne. I've been doing a lot of work this year on trying to clear up my skin, trying to understand the drivers behind why my skin is kind of inflamed and acne prone, and I have discovered actually why, which I'll do in another video. But in the meantime, while trying to heal my skin and trying to work through all that, I wanted to kind of get that full coverage look and not have my acne showing through. So I loved this. I usually use this underneath my foundation or over top just to kind of touch it up. Not today, of course. I have more of a natural thing going on. Usually I do love to use this, and it does camouflage a lot. It hides a lot. So love it and recommend it. The next couple skincare ones won't be a surprise to you because I have talked about them in a couple videos, but it is the, well, can I say the whole Drunk Elephant line? I mean, is that too much to say like the whole line? But specifically from the Drunk Elephant line, the TLC Sukari Babyfacial. So this one is one of my favorites, and it is a cult classic from what I have read on the reviews online, and just people do love it as much as I do. This one is a little bit more of an intense chemical exfoliant. So I have gotten rid of all of my physical exfoliants. Those are all the things that have like little beads or anything with grit to it that you're physically using to rub the dead skin cells off your face. So a lot of dermatologists and skincare specialists don't recommend that, and they kind of go with chemical exfoliants, which I have found to be, I think, more successful for me. It helps not irritate as much, and it's hard to know how much pressure sometimes you're putting on your skin when you're exfoliating, and so it's nice to have the chemical kind of smoothly take it off in like an even layer. And these work pretty gently. Again, these are a mixture of different acids, different fruit acids. And I go into my review of this in my Drunk Elephant video, so check that out. But this one is amazing. I do use it probably once a week, and it's just great. I leave it on for 15 to 20 minutes. I would start less than that. If you are someone who is new to using chemical exfoliants, I would start with less than that. This is a very high amount of AHA. It's 25% AHA and 2% BHA, which are alpha and beta hydroxy acids, which actually is what is in the Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Hydroxy Peel. So these are kind of similar, but I don't think that this Dr. Dennis Gross is as strong. I think this one is a lot more gentle and has a lower concentration of the product than is in the Sukari Babyfacial. So love it. I don't know if it's suitable for sensitive skin types. I don't really tend to have sensitive skin, but I know a lot of people have said it cleared up their acne and has left them with more radiant skin and is a great exfoliant to use on a regular basis. All right, so next is a beauty item, and so this one surprised me. This is the Maybelline Master Precise All Day Liquid Liner, and I just kind of showed this in my last video for you guys when I was doing my New Year's makeup. I was super surprised at this because I will admit I'm one of those people that kind of thinks like, you know, sometimes drugstore the quality isn't there, or, you know, maybe it's cheap or whatever. And sometimes that's true, but not always. And so this is awesome stuff. I was really surprised at how much this liquid liner, how sharp the tip was, how thin of a line I was able to get with it when I applied it. And it lasted, I mean, it didn't, you know, kind of smudge away as quickly as others had. It's probably not as long wearing if I were to, you know, kind of rub my face or whatever. It does tend to kind of rub off, you know, you can actually, I just kind of rubbed all that off. It's not as long lasting as like my Kat Von D tattoo liner, maybe, but it is certainly up there with a lot of my other liquid liners, and I think it's a really good choice for especially affordability, and it's a really great everyday liner, honestly. I do use it a lot when I want like that precise, perfect line. This is a good choice, so I like it. Good job, Maybelline. So next in the skincare line is the Drunk Elephant Protini Polypeptide Cream, and this is one that I did talk about in my Drunk Elephant video and did a full review on there, but I love this product. It is the perfect moisturizer for me. It is not too heavy, it's just the amount of moisturizing and rich without being too light or without being too dense. Sometimes some of the creams that I have found are like a little too heavy for my face, especially like in the summertime, and this one really wasn't. This one was moisturizing and without being too heavy and too like pore blocking. Sometimes I get on some of those creams, like even in the Drunk Elephant line, I love the La La Retro Whip cream. I mean, it feels like frosting, like buttercream, but it is just too much for like the summertime, or it's just really heavy. I save that for when my skin is really dry in the winter time, but this is one that I've used year round and it's awesome. It's great, and of course their products are unscented, which I really appreciate, and it's supposed to be a little bit more of a clean product. Love this one. It is my daily moisturizer and I use it twice a day, or at least once a day. So next up for makeup is the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara, and this is just this little small one, but I got a sample, and I always get a sample first to kind of try it out because I'm just not going to go out and pay full price for something that I don't know how it works on my skin. I don't know how it works on my face. I don't want to take a chance that, you know, you use something and then you can't return it like mascara, and so I always try a little sample first, and this was the sample I fell in love with actually. I love it. I think this mascara is perfect for what I need. I don't have good lashes, I'll be honest with you. My lashes do not curl, they're not long, they're just sort of there, and if I want any kind of impact to my eyes and really open them up, I really need a good mascara or false lashes. And I'm not gonna wear false lashes every day, right, to work. I'm not doing that to the office, so that's a little extra, even for me. So I love this stuff. I'm actually not wearing it right now. I'm wearing more of a natural mascara just because I wanted a more natural look today, but when I do wear this, it to me is much more impactful than some of the other mascaras that I've used. So my everyday wear is kind of like the Benefit Roller Lash or Tarte Maneater, which is good, but they really just don't give me that like bold, falsy look that I'm looking for. Like I really want lashes that like stand out. And so even with a couple of coats, sometimes those other mascaras are good for making me look very natural, kind of just very, you know, fresh. But if I want something that's gonna like really stand out and make like a bigger impact and look almost like, wow, you might have false lashes on, this is it. And so I'm certainly going back to buy the bigger tube. Next up for skincare is the Biossance line, and I just knocked over the little bottle, so now you get to see what's coming next. So this is the Biossance Squalane and Omega Repair Cream. This is one that I actually did share with you guys in one of my Sephora hauls, and I am still in love with it. It is an amazing cream. It's just so nourishing, and I can't even describe how it feels to you. It's just very like silky and smooth, and again, it doesn't really smell like much to me. Some people did complain of a smell. I think it kind of smells like paste maybe, but I mean, it's not like strong to me, but it's just very nourishing. Like it almost feels like it has like vitamin E or something in it, and it leaves it feeling like really smooth and silky without being greasy and heavy to me. And I say that it's not heavy to me, and I should clarify that I do have kind of dry skin on my cheeks, and I tend to have more oily skin kind of on my T-zone. So to me, this is not heavy. I love it. My skin loves and drinks up the moisture, and it feels noticeably different the next day. But definitely get a sample of it if you feel like maybe you've got oilier skin and you don't know how it's going to wear on your skin. So certainly check this out. I love it, and it's been really moisturizing and nourishing for me. Next in makeup is the Tati palette. So this one did come out this year. I tried to put some things that were actually fresh this year and not just things that were new to me. So this palette, of course, I've talked about a couple times in some of my other videos, and I love it. It comes with a full-size mirror, which I enjoy, and then also all these colors. And so I showed this before. I really enjoyed this palette. I think she did a great job laying out the color story. I enjoy all of the neutral shades. I do love all that. And I think this is one of the palettes that I've reached for more since I've gotten it than some of the other palettes that I have. And it's my favorite palette, I think, that I've gotten this year. But my only thing I would say I didn't love was the fallout from the glitter. So as you guys probably saw on my New Year's Eve makeup, glitter was everywhere, and I even used a glitter glue to try to pat that down. There's just something about the glitter, and maybe it's just my palette because I have not seen too many people complain about this, but there's just something about these glitter formulas that when I'm using my fingers, when I'm using a brush, like it doesn't really matter. Once I pick up the product, it just falls everywhere. So unless you're ready for a whole glitter face, I really don't break out the glitters too much. But again, I'm not reaching for glitter every day, so to me this is not a huge deal. I'm really reaching for these other shades, the sequins and the mattes, and so, you know, it's a great palette. I do still use the glitter. I just am prepared for the glitter everywhere to get on me, so I do recommend it, and I really enjoyed this so far. I'm looking forward to seeing what she comes up with next. Last on the skincare line is another Biossance product, and I just have the small one of this, but I need to go back and get the bigger size. And this is the Squalane Tea Tree Balancing Oil. It looks like this, and this one really surprised me. I did not expect this was going to do very well, and I'm not usually a person that like puts a whole lot of oil on my face. Even though it is dry, the only time I generally will put a facial oil on is right after I do my Sukari Babyfacial. I will use the virgin marula oil that comes with it to help replenish the moisture in my skin. And so I gave this a shot, and I was shocked at how much this really did well for my skin. There's something about these Biossance products, and I don't know if it's the Squalane or what is in them, but there's something that my skin really loves about these, and this was one of them. And it's got tea tree oil in it. I've heard that essential oils can be harsh on the skin, but I haven't found that to be the case for myself. And in fact, I use essential oils in my everyday life for other things, and so I kind of trust them, especially if I know the brand that it's coming from. And I am particular about the brands of essential oils that I use, but this has been great, especially for, like I said, acne-prone skin, and just helping balance out the oil in your face. So that it's got tea tree, which is excellent for acne and for just kind of helping clear and calm the skin. So I'm looking forward to buying the full size, and especially when my skin's more dry and needs that moisture, especially after exfoliating, I think I will switch to using this. And sometimes I use this just instead of my night cream. I will just put this on if it's feeling especially dry. So I love Biossance. Last up for the makeup portion is actually another little mini one, because again, I get the minis before I buy the full size. So this is a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in the shade Pillow Talk. And so this little tiny little mini guy, they come of course in bigger sizes, but I used this on my New Year's Eve video, and it's such a pretty shade. It's really just a really gorgeous kind of a neutral shade, and it does look a little bit darker here, of course. When you get it on your skin, it doesn't look as dark, but I just love it. It's just this really pretty, perfect kind of mauve neutral that I'm always looking for, that matches with almost anything I'm wearing, and it's just great, and it smells good. This smells like vanilla, and so I enjoy the slight fragrance, even though I know fragrance is bad in products. I don't usually like it on my, my skincare. I don't mind it on my lips, just a little bit of that. So I really love this, and I'm definitely going back out. I did get one of those little cards of like samples of a bunch of colors of lipsticks from Charlotte Tilbury, and I loved a lot of them. So now I have a hard choice to make as far as which ones I buy in the fuller size. But Pillow Talk to me was the perfect neutral, and I'll probably buy Pillow Talk Talk and one or two more of the shades in that palette. So really loved it, and I'm a Charlotte fan, of course. I have a couple of her other products, and so she's one of my favorites. So that is all the stuff that I have used this year that I thought, man, this I loved, and I've got to share this with people. So what products have you used this year? Did you find something this year that you really loved and discovered that you'd love to share? Tell me in the comments below. I'd love to hear it, and I'd love to try it. I'm always trying new things. So yeah, I'd love to hear your opinion. So that's it for this year, and I'm so thankful for you guys sticking around and subscribing. I hope to make more videos next year, and I will talk to you soon. Bye guys.